light speed sequence initiated.
Hey Life Kids, and welcome to week 5 of our series, Star Voyager. Well, throughout our series, we've been learning about us, learning about ourselves. And this week, we're gonna learn how we're victorious. We're gonna get into prayer, and then we're gonna go straight into our lesson.
Father God, just every highlight clip, yes, pray. So, highlight clip, yes, pray. Father God, thank you for this day we did it. In your name I pray, amen.
Get ready to dodge all the asteroids flying your way. Jump up, duck down, lean left, lean right, clap to fire. Here we go. Well done, space crew. Scanning database. Information acquired. File name, Daniel 6. Daniel was one of King Darius's 3 leaders in charge of all the royal rulers in the land. He was wise and did a better job than the other 2 leaders. So King Darius planned to put him in charge of the entire kingdom. This was bad news for the other 2 leaders. They tried to catch Daniel doing something wrong, but he worked hard and did what was right every day. So they took matters into their own hands and came up with a plan to make sure Daniel would never be in charge. They convinced King Darius to issue a command that no one in the kingdom could pray to anyone except for the king. If anyone did, they would have to be thrown into the lion's den. To seal the deal, the 2 leaders had King Darius put this in writing with his stamp of approval. Daniel knew the king had signed the decree, but he also knew that the right thing to do was to keep praying to the one true God. So, Daniel went through his normal routine, going upstairs in his house and getting on his knees to pray to God 3 times a day. The 2 leaders figured Daniel would do this, so they caught him in the act and reported it to the king. King Darius had no choice but to punish Daniel for what he had done. The king returned to the palace, but he couldn't sleep. The next day, he hurried to the lion's den and called out to Daniel. Daniel called back. God had sent an angel to protect Daniel from the lions and to keep him safe throughout the entire night. Because Daniel belonged to God, he was victorious. The 2 other leaders who tried to get rid of Daniel were then thrown into the lion's den for saying bad things about him. In fact, after King Darius saw what God had done for Daniel, he ordered that everyone in the kingdom respect and honor Daniel's God. When you are in a situation that seems impossible, you can be reminded of who you are because of God's love for you. Daniel had a choice to make, and he knew that with God's power, he would be victorious.
God's our Father, good Father, and we're all His sons and daughters. We are brothers, we are sisters, we are family. We can always stick together, though we're different from each other. We are brothers, we are sisters, we are family. We're God's family, loving and honoring. We're not perfect, but you'll see that we are family. We're God's family, loving and honoring. We're not perfect, but you'll see that we are family. God loves me and God loves you. In his family there is room for our brothers, for our sisters. We are family. Let's forgive and get along, 'cause together we are strong. We are brothers, we are sisters, we are family. We're God's family, loving and honoring. We're not perfect, but you'll see that we are family. We're God's family, loving and honoring. We're not perfect, but you'll see that we are family. We're God's family, loving and honoring. We're not perfect, but you'll see that we are family. We're God's family, loving and honoring. We're not perfect, but you'll see that we are family.
What an amazing story about Daniel. So we saw Daniel belonged to God, and because he belonged to God, he was able to be victorious. Well, we may be faced with impossible situations, but we need to remember, you guys, we have to trust God. And as long as we trust God, he's going to get us through those situations, and we're going to be able to be victorious. He gave us the power to be victorious. Hone into it. Love you, Life Kids, and we will see you next week.